Hello and welcome to another video. My name is Boxiest, and today we are going to continue the What If series. What if events had gone differently? And in this What If, we're going to change the history of Cobra Kai. What if Robby fought Cobra Kai during the events of Season 5? So in this timeline, the events of Cobra Kai Season 5 would still happen. Cobra Kai would continue to grow. Johnny, Robby, and Miguel would still come back from Mexico, and those events would stay the same. Johnny would still get Robby and Miguel to fight, so Johnny and Miguel would still fight in this timeline, and they would get all their anger out and eventually become friends. Terry Silver would still attack Daniel, and Johnny would still find out, so Johnny and Chosen would still want to go confront Terry Silver, and those events would still carry on. Miyagi Fang would eventually reform. Johnny, Daniel, and Chosen would prepare the students for the Saikai Taikai, and that night would stay the same. Hawk would still fight Kenny in this timeline, but Kenny would still use a silver bullet and defeat Hawk. So Sam would still fight Devin in this timeline, but she would still make every point undeniable, so Sam would defeat Devin. And at the after party, Tori would still show up, and she would reveal that Cobra Kai cheated during the All Valley. So this would want to make Robby confront Cobra Kai. So the next day, Robby would still show up at the Cobra Kai dojo, and he would still start off his speech apologizing for leaving, but Robby would still say that Cobra Kai was built on pain and fear, led so by Terry Silver. But Terry Silver would still say that the students of Cobra Kai heard him, but that they listened to him. But in this timeline, Robby wouldn't give up, and he would want to free the Cobra Kai students from Terry Silver, and he would tell Kenny that his brother never wanted this for him. Kenny would say that Robby doesn't know what Sean would want, and he would want to attack Robby, but Robby would be holding back, and he wouldn't want to hurt Kenny. The rest of the Cobra Kai students would surround Robby, and Robby would have no choice but to fight them all. And much like in Season 4, Robby would use a combination of offense and defense to start fighting the Cobra Kai students. Terry Silver and Master Kim would watch, and they would be amused to see the students fighting. Robby would have a harder time defeating some of the students since they had some prior defense training, and because there was more of them. This is when Tori would realize that she was on the wrong side, and because Tori was no longer helping Kreese, Tori would decide to help Robby. So Tori would help Robby defeat some of the Cobra Kai students, and she would be the one to fight Kenny. This would make Master Kim mad, and she would want to get involved, but Terry Silver would say to wait and see what happens. So Robby and Tori would be taking down some of the Cobra Kai students. They would use a combination of offense and defense. The Cobra Kai students would get some hits on Robby and Tori, but eventually Robby and Tori would defeat them all. Terry and Master Kim would be left watching, and Terry Silver would do a slow clap as he walked towards Robby. He would say that Daniel, Johnny, and Chosen trained him well, and that Kreese was right when he said that he had more potential than his father. And Terry Silver would want to fight Robby and Tori, so Terry Silver would start fighting Robby while Master Kim fought Tori, but Terry Silver and Master Kim would defeat Tori and Robby. So Terry would kick Robby and Tori out of the dojo, Robby and Tori would go home in defeat, Robby would go back to Johnny's apartment, and Miguel would be surprised to see him in that condition. He would ask what happened, and Robby would say that him and Tori fought all of Cobra Kai, including Terry Silver and Master Kim. Miguel would be worried for Robby, and he would decide to call Johnny. Johnny, Daniel, Amanda, Carmen, and Chosen would still be on their way to the club, but Johnny would get a call from Miguel, and Miguel would explain everything that happened. This would make Johnny mad, and he would tell everyone what happened. So Johnny would want to go confront Terry Silver, and in this timeline, they wouldn't be drunk. So instead of the club, the limo would go to the flagship dojo. Johnny, Chosen, and Daniel would be ready to confront Terry Silver. Mike Barnes would still be following them, and he would follow them all the way to the dojo, and before they went in, Mike Barnes would still confront Daniel. He would be mad at Daniel for his store burning down, but Daniel would say that it was all Terry Silver's fault, and that they were there to end things once and for all. So Mike Barnes would want to help Daniel, Johnny, and Chosen. So Daniel, Johnny, Chosen, Mike would confront Terry Silver, Master Kim, and her senseis at the dojo. They would all want to get payback on Terry Silver, so the senseis would start fighting. Johnny and Mike would want to get revenge on Terry Silver, so they would team up against him. While Daniel and Chosen fought off the senseis and Master Kim, Johnny and Mike would defeat Terry Silver, and they would take him down. So Johnny and Mike would help Daniel and Chosen take down the senseis, and eventually the senseis and Master Kim would be defeated. This is when the police would show up and arrest Daniel, Johnny, Chosen, and Mike for breaking and entering and aggravated assault. So in this timeline, Terry Silver wouldn't be exposed, so Cobra Kai wouldn't shut down in this timeline. And that is where I'm gonna end this what if. Thank you guys for watching. What do you guys think would have happened if Robby fought Cobra Kai during the events of Season 5? Let me know in the comments below. YouTube lets me know that the majority of you are not subscribed, so if you guys could subscribe, that would be much appreciated. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. and I'll see you guys next time.